Imagine this. You wake up. You pick up your phone. You type a message. You walk down the street. You didn't scan your fingerprint. You didn't use Face ID. You didn't enter a password. But somewhere, a computer already knows it's you. Not because of your face, not because of your fingerprint, but because of how you walk, how you type, and how you hold your phone. Your behavior has become your identity. Welcome to the strange and fascinating world of behavioral biometrics, where the way you move becomes the password. And once you understand how deep this rabbit hole goes, you may realize something unsettling. You are never truly anonymous again. The ancient problem of identity. For most of human history, identity was simple. People recognized each other by face, voice, reputation. If someone claimed to be the king's messenger, the question was simple: do we believe him? Then came the era of physical biometrics. Fingerprinting appeared in the late 1800s and formalized by pioneers like Francis Galton. Suddenly, every person had a unique pattern on their fingers. Later came iris scanning, facial recognition, voice prints. But security experts eventually realized something disturbing. All of these systems have a flaw. They authenticate what you are, but not what you do. And if someone steals your fingerprint, you cannot change your finger. That's where behavioral biometrics enters the story. Your body has a signature. Imagine watching someone walk from far away. Even before you see their face, sometimes you already know who it is. Your brain says, "Oh, that's John." How? Because every human being has a gait signature. Your body has tiny asymmetries: leg length, hip rotation, stride rhythm, shoulder movement. This pattern becomes as unique as handwriting. Researchers at DARPA and universities around the world began studying this in the early 2000s. They discovered something astonishing. Even low-resolution video can identify a person by their walk. This field is called gait recognition, and it works from 50 meters away, no face required, which means theoretically a camera on a street corner could know who you are just by the way you walk past it. The typing fingerprint. Now let's move to something even stranger: your typing style. When you type the word password, you don't press keys at identical intervals. Your brain creates a rhythm, something like tap-tap, pause, tap-tap, pause, tap. Security researchers call this keystroke dynamics. Scientists discovered that two important signals exist: dwell time, how long you hold each key, and flight time, the gap between keys. Together, they form a pattern that is shockingly stable over time. Even if someone knows your password, they probably cannot type it like you. Companies such as BioCatch and Typing DNA built entire security systems around this idea. Banks now deploy these systems to detect fraud. If a hacker logs into your account, the system might flag them instantly because this is not how the real user types. It's like the computer saying, "Nice try, but this keyboard has never heard your rhythm before." Your phone knows how you hold it. Now, here's where things become almost eerie. Your smartphone contains sensors you rarely think about: accelerometer, gyroscope, touch pressure sensors. These sensors record how your phone moves through space. Researchers realized something fascinating. The way you hold and move your phone is unique. Tiny signals reveal your walking style, how hard you tap, the angle you tilt the device, even how your hand trembles. Companies such as Behaviosec use these signals to build identity models. So while you're casually scrolling social media, algorithms are silently asking, does this movement feel like the real owner? If the answer is no, security systems can lock the session instantly without asking you a single question. Scene 6. The Defense and Intelligence Angle. Now, follow me deeper down the rabbit hole. Military researchers quickly realized something. If gait can identify people, then surveillance cameras could track individuals without faces. Programs funded by DARPA explored long-distance gait identification. The idea? Identify a person from a drone across a parking lot, even through poor video quality. This capability has obvious national security uses, but it also raises uncomfortable questions. If behavior is identity, then anonymity becomes extremely difficult. Even wearing a mask might not help, because you still walk like you. The cat and mouse game. Of course, hackers fight back. Researchers have tried ways to fool gait recognition, walking with weights, wearing bulky clothing, intentionally changing stride. But here's the twist. Modern AI models adapt. Machine learning systems analyze hundreds of movement variables. Changing one variable often isn't enough. It's like trying to disguise your handwriting while still writing normally. Possible, but surprisingly difficult. The privacy question. So now we arrive at the philosophical question. If behavior is identity, where does privacy end? Imagine a future where cameras recognize people by gait, phones authenticate users silently, keyboards detect imposters instantly. Security becomes stronger, but invisibility becomes weaker. Some experts believe behavioral biometrics will replace passwords entirely, because passwords can be stolen. Behavior cannot, at least not easily. The deep rabbit hole. And here's the truly wild part. Researchers are exploring hundreds of behavioral signals, mouse movement patterns, scrolling habits, touchscreen gestures, breathing rhythms, driving style. Even how you move a computer mouse can identify you. One famous experiment showed people could be identified with over 95% accuracy just by their mouse movement patterns, meaning your computer already knows if it's you or someone pretending to be you. The twist ending. So the next time you unlock your phone, remember this. Your identity may no longer live in your password, your fingerprint, or your face. Your identity lives in your behavior, the way you move through the world, your rhythm, your motion, your patterns. You are quite literally a walking password, and the computers are learning to read it. The call to curiosity, which raises one final question. If machines can identify us by our behavior, could they eventually predict our behavior too? That is a rabbit hole for another story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into hidden technology, subscribe and join me on this journey where science, security, and the strange future collide. And tell me in the comments, if behavior is identity, is privacy already gone?